Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law and a close advisor, during the presidential transition was talking with the Russian ambassador about setting up a line of communication, a back channel between Michael Flynn, who would become Trump's national security advisor, and the Russians. And there are reports that this back channel communication would take place even possibly in Russian facilities, which would make it less likely to be known to U.S. intelligence officials. Back channel communications are informal communications between governments outside of the typical diplomatic lines of communication. So it could be government officials talking to government officials, but just in secret. Back channel communications have been part of diplomacy since the beginning of diplomacy. There's nothing unusual there. They're an important tool in the diplomatic toolbox when they're used correctly. They also have been used in the past during presidential transitions, but they're a little bit more sensitive situations there because the president-elect is not yet in power. There still is a president in power, and so you have to be much more careful about these kind of contacts during a presidential transition. Context is everything in this case. And when these discussions were taking place last December, that was around the same time that reports were emerging that the Russians had tried to interfere in the U.S. elections. And so for the president-elect's team to be reaching out to the Russians at that time to set up these secret talks is what makes it particularly of note to many people.